No, you can't sit behind me.
Make it look even shorter.
We're going to do a video on Tom's car.
Oh.
Destroy.
So basically, we tried to do a video before filming, like talking about this car and what Tom's been doing with it, because he's been building it for years, and he actually started building it before that car, and yeah, it's at a stage now where it's nearly ready, but the gearbox and clutch and all that stuff is just not going to work, and you broke the.
I think the diff started making funny noises on the dyno.
Yeah, so if it doesn't make it through the dyno, then it's not going to really last that long driving anywhere. So we thought, well, what we'll talk about this, talk about the parts that are going on it, and then before we do that, we'll just do a brief overview of the car as well, because we've done a couple of photos on Instagram and mentioned it a couple of times, but not really gotten into a lot of detail about it. So what have you done to the engine? What is it? What have you done to it?
We've got forged pistons, forged rods,
Yeah.
ACL bearings, ARP studs. It's had some headwork done.
ARP.
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 Yarp.
We've got the Dave Fab exhaust manifold, Borg Warner 6258 turbo, Skunk 2 inlet manifold and throttle body. And then we've got Mishimoto radiator, intercooler.
Wait, you've redone the tubs?
Yeah,
So you've got
I
loads
wanted
of
to
room.
raise the tubs,
Yeah.
more clearance.
Yeah. Because they're tiny in MX5s, aren't they?
Yeah, you struggle with the wheels catching and stuff. So.
Yeah. I mean, on my car, just there. Yeah, I've done a lot of hammering at the back of the tub, because it's like it's like the chassis that comes into the back of the tub, and that comes right in the corner like that, and that's where your wheel like grabs every time. So you basically just get a massive hammer and just keep bashing it, bashing it, and bashing it, and bashing it, and bashing it, and bashing it, bashing it, and bashing it, and bashing it, and bashing it, and bashing it.
Here's Johnny.
I mean, you could raise your car, but
Nah.
it's boring. It's rubbish, that. But yeah, so you did all that, and then you done the tube front, you done a little bash bar,
Yeah.
and you hadn't done anything like that before, had you?
No.
You were just like, I'm going to go buy a tube
No,
bender.
yeah,
and
so I just bought a tube bender and had a go.
yeah,
So I wanted to be able to do that sort of thing.
yeah. And then now you can
And
do
now
it
I can
all
do
again.
it.
And now everyone else wants you to do it.
Yeah, that's the problem.
But you did a cage as well.
Yeah, I did the cage.
Do you want to show them the door bars?
We can get in there. What have I done?
Tell them what you've done, Tom.
Put some door bars in.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, you put some door bars in, and
The interior's not finished. Still a lot needs to happen in there, but
yeah.
cage is all done.
I mean, for a first time cage,
Yeah,
someone who's never done one before.
yeah. The problem is, since then I've got better, so I'm not too happy with that. But
Yeah, but this means that when you crash, you'll be like, hey, now's my chance to do it better.
yeah, the problem is I did the front end as well.
Yeah. It's fine.
Like the cage and the quick build is nicer than the cage.
Yeah, the cage in that's nicer.
Yeah. What about my cage?
Your cage is bellissimo.
Yeah. So that's basically where you got to, wasn't it, on this? You've done the engine,
Yeah,
done the cage,
yeah.
done all the other bits and bobs, and then it just needed to be able to use
Use the power.
There was basically like pause, because you got accepted to do BDC, wasn't it? That's what you did that car for, wasn't it?
I
Was
did,
it for, no, it's
I
for
did
Drift
that car for Drift Cup
Okay.
last year.
Yeah.
That got cancelled,
Yeah.
so I thought I'd have a year to just finish this, and then ended up doing BDC. So I had to.
So yeah, you
Finish
quickly
that.
hustled that car together,
Yeah.
because your other one was pretty shabby at that point,
That
wasn't it? Like,
it was rough, man.
there was not a lot of floor left, and it had been through a lot.
Oh, yeah. 5 years of abuse.
Yeah, it'd done well. I mean, it probably could have gone on for a bit longer, but okay.
Not
Fair.
when you're in the passenger seat, like, I can see the tarmac.
That's normal though. But yeah, so I mean, we'll have a look at that. Mark II dash.
Mark II dash.
Mark II
It
harness
looks
and
a
that.
bit nicer. It's more rounded.
Yeah,
The shape.
it's a little bit more modern, doesn't it? It's
Yeah.
It's a little bit more contemporary with the times, and cooler. And then you got no passenger seat.
No passenger seat, because
you hate people.
No, to be fair, we were struggling at BDC to keep up, so we tried to shift as much weight as we could.
Yeah.
Took the passenger seat out, like drained everything out the fuel tank.
Oh right. Did it work?
It helped, but yeah, when you're up against 500-600 horsepower cars, it's not going to work, is it?
Yes. Which brings us back to this.
Yes.
So, 440 to 450 horsepower
I reckon so, yeah.
in a light car. Is there a limit on tyre size and wheel size? On what you're allowed to run, not what you can get?
No, it's limited to 265, is it?
Is that what's that, like 10J or something?
Something like that. I
don't
think
know.
that's the case anyway, I don't know. I've never been in them sort of sizes, so I don't.
You could be.
Do they do a 265 15?
Yeah. I saw some the other day, I was going to send them to you, but then I thought you'd probably just say they're too expensive.
Probably.
But, I mean, the car's expensive, so
Yeah.
you've got to pay to play, Tom.
So, I reckon I'll be alright on my Zestinos, 195s.
Was that a plug, was it? A little sponsorship plug? Let's get up in the air and talk about what we've come here to do today.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be like a full underside review, because a lot of it's still actually pretty basic,
yeah,
isn't it?
a lot of it's not been done yet.
Because you haven't got all the Destroy or Die.
All the arms and knuckles I still need.
Yeah, but
Someone
because
needs to give them to me.
Yeah, he needs to put his finger out his arse.
well, no, but if you could put them all on.
It's not ready yet, is it?
Yeah, you could put them all on, but you'd have to take them all off again because it'd be too low for the dyno.
Too low for the dyno, yeah.
So so the main thing though is this. So adapter
plate.
and flywheel adapter from KMiata.
Yeah.
To fit a. Now, which gearbox is it? Because this is important.
Yeah. So it is a BMW 328
Yeah.
330 E46 gearbox.
Okay. And which gearboxes look similar but don't fit?
E36 and some of the old 5 Series gearboxes.
So, because you've got one of them over there.
There's one over there, yeah.
Why have you got that?
Because I went to a BMW breaker and asked him for an E46 328 or 330 gearbox,
And he goes,
or even
here you are.
E36 M3 gearbox is the same, and he gave me that.
Here you are. Here's a 525 TDS.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
And then we didn't find out until we'd actually like cut it up and
It's
tried to fit
exactly
it.
the same box, but
Yeah.
just rotated slightly.
Yeah, like the holes, because they're off to one side anyway on the BMW engines. Hence why, so this block goes up like that, but then the mounting holes they're off like that, so that when you put the BMW gearbox in, the shifter is in the right position. Yeah, and we were like trying to wonder what we were doing wrong, and then we realised it was just ever so slightly different, like probably what would you say, like 10 degrees out.
Yeah, literally.
And it was just not going to work, so gave up on that. But we wouldn't have got far anyway because we didn't have the shifter linkage.
No, we didn't have the shifter
But
linkage,
they've
and
sent
we
that
had
now.
the wrong clutch.
Yes, that was the other thing, wasn't it? Yeah. So no shifter linkage, but that was just an honest mistake, and KMiata have sent another one out, and we've got all that on there.
Yeah,
Sent it
it's all
out straight
sorted,
away.
no dramas.
But yeah, the clutch was
Clutch was wrong.
yeah, because they
It was listed as the right one
yeah
from Competition Clutch,
yeah
but it was to fit their flywheel, not the dual mass flywheel that comes on the BMWs. But there was literally nothing, no information saying
you're just supposed to know, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're just supposed to know that, and then
Yeah,
so once you spend 400 quid on a clutch and you got it out of the wrapping and got it dirty,
yeah.
and then
it
you
doesn't
realise,
fit.
and then they're like, well, they have to give us more money.
Now you need to give us 500 quid for the right one.
Yeah. So, but you've done that now, haven't you?
Yeah.
You're giving them 500 quid for the right
Gave
one.
me 500 quid for the right one. Competition Clutch, and I got this. Max Torque clutch.
That sounds like serious business. That does.
So that's, yeah.
Is there
500 quid on a clutch I've never heard of.
well, it says performance on it.
Yeah.
And at least it doesn't. There's not. I'm guessing there isn't a minimum torque clutch. So that'd be silly. We've got them now, so you've got the right bits for that. So, and then you've got the clutch, the gear linkage.
Yeah.
So we've got everything we need, I think, now. KMiata supplied the diff brace for the thing, and there's no welding or anything, it just bolts straight on and you can bolt it straight up to the actually no, there is a bit of welding. Okay, there is a bit of welding, but the rear bracket bolts straight on, and then I think you have to weld some stuff onto the front.
Yeah, for the front bracket.
Because we're deleting it's deleting the PPF. But yeah, and then they also supplied the custom shafts, the custom prop to make it all work, and coupled with this stuff and then the linkage, and it basically means you can fit all the BMW gearbox and clutch and CTS diff and everything up, and then you're good for 600-ish?
I don't know.
More? Probably more.
Maybe.
A lot of power, basically.
A lot of
and
power.
Everything that we need to make it do things. So that'd be good, wouldn't it? And you can do things.
I'd love to be able to do things.
Yeah, it'd be perfect timing to finish this car and then not be able to use it for another year because everything's locked down.
Imagine.
That'd be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, also, what else do you get? Clutch cylinders?
Yeah, everything you need.
What?
Master cylinder, slave cylinder.
Yeah. Anything else?
It's everything.
Oh, you get a plate, don't you, for the top of here too, to mount the shifter
Yeah, to
in?
mount the shifter in, yeah.
Because the BMW box ends like here. They're really short, and the Mazda one comes like all the way back there. Actually sticks out the back of the car, don't they? The Mazda gearboxes,
Yeah,
they're really long. Really long. One more thing, which probably should have mentioned when we were up there looking at the engine, but the boost thing, that was another thing you needed to sort, wasn't it?
Yeah, so we were having issues with the wastegate opening by itself.
Yeah.
Due to exhaust pressure.
Yeah. Because that was why you fitted the bigger turbo
Fit the
housing.
bigger housing, that didn't make a difference. Changed the valve springs, that didn't make a difference. So I've ended up getting a 4-port boost solenoid and a twin-port actuator.
Right.
And we're going to hope that does the trick.
So that's just to try and hold it shut, isn't it?
Yeah, so I
Rather
believe
than-
you can run more pressure.
Yeah. So because the alternative was to have try an even more free flowing exhaust to get it out.
Yeah.
But I guess if the pressure's between the
still that
engine
might
and
not,
the turbo,
yeah, it might not work.
yeah, you could. I guess you could even have it coming straight out the back of the turbo, and it still wouldn't necessarily release enough pressure from that.
An external wastegate might do the trick, but that's a lot of
Yeah, and you'd have to cut holes in your fancy manifold and
and
do all
stuff I
that.
didn't want to do. So
Yeah. So, and in the process, even if the double wastegate port and all that nonsense doesn't fix it, then at least you've got fancier parts.
yeah,
That's
just
the
chuck
way-
money at it till it works.
That's why I have to justify it. If all the money I spent on it doesn't work, at least I've made things nicer in the process. Unless you break it all while you're fitting it, and that's even worse. But yeah, okay, well. So yeah, next video is just going to be Tom fitting the parts. Really, it's not going to be a tutorial because there's already a really good guide by Greg Peters from Car Passion channel. That's the one, and he's done a really good fitting guide video. So if you're doing this and you're expecting us to show you everything, then you're out of luck. But yeah, Greg Peters, we'll put the link in the description for that as well. His guide's really good, tells you everything you need. Does he probably tells you which gearbox you need as well, doesn't he?
Probably.
What does Jay say after it works? Be nice. That's what it says, isn't it? Be nice.
Be nice.
Go buy some stuff from the shop. So but from my shop, not them. Unless it's buying my stuff from their shop, and that's fine.